Yeah. Right, hello everybody. I'm really excited today to be at home with Katie Cardew, known for her fine art illustrated gifts, prints and homewares, and inspired by her life in Rutland. Katie's iconic style is, of course, bursting with humour, personality and colour. So I can't wait to talk to Katie. Good morning, Katie, and thank you for joining us today.
Hello, thank you for having me.
And you've got your babies with you've got your baby sat on your knee there, and I think Agnes is in the background playing. So I appreciate, we're all learning to do multitask and do our work with our families around us. But thank you very much for taking a bit of time. I've got lots I want to talk to you about today. You're somebody who I've watched and admired over the years as you've developed and grown your brand. But just for the people who aren't familiar with you, Katie, tell me a bit about your background and how you started.
Yeah, so I set up the business nearly 7 years ago now as a professional illustrator. So I started working to commission a lot, so drawing people's houses and families and weddings. And then I started doing quite a bit of commercial work, and that grew into the sort of fine art print range that we sold at shows and on our website. And then the products have just grown from that, really. So now we have a big homeware and gift range. And I still do quite a fair amount of commissioned work, commercial and for private clients as well.
I mean, your commission work, I really love. I mean, I love unique homes, and we're so lucky around here to have, all these beautiful properties, be they, quirky townhouses in the centre of Stamford to beautiful rectories and manor houses. Give me an idea, because I say you often put in the personality of the family in there. So you will draw the family, the dog, the pony, the guy in his shooting gear, the Labradors by his feet. Tell me some of the kind of quirky ones that you've had to draw in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I've done some amazing ones. A lot of local buildings. So we sometimes drive around and like, oh, drawn that one. Yeah, as you said, the diversity of the buildings is just incredible. So one day I could be drawing a modern red brick house, and the next day a crumbling, 18th century manor house. And then, yeah, the houses are beautiful, but the families are where, you can really put the personality on the people. As I said, I've drawn people with families with all their hobbies. So kids with bikes, kids with rugby balls, parents playing croquet with their tennis rackets, cars, all sorts. Literally, you name it, I've drawn it. Guinea fowl, pet fish, hamsters, all sorts. People on lawnmowers. Yeah, a lot.
So do you love that part of your job the most? I mean, what kind of makes you, what inspires you?
Yeah, I really enjoy the commissioned work, and that's where I started the business, and that's where I always thought it was going to stay. So I still do enjoy doing that. With a young family, I'd say the commissions are the more challenging part, just because of the time it takes to do them, and you really need to concentrate, which when you've got sort of young ones around is quite difficult. But I've really learned to love the product development side as well. So we have obviously a big range of homewares and gifts and prints, and I do really enjoy the process of sort of coming up with an idea and then seeing it come to life on a product as well.
And I think what I love so much about, your style, Katie, and I think on your website, your style's been called wonky, wobbly and bizarre, but I love that personality that comes through. And I think, again, the architecture around here, the Collie Western slate roofs, the kind of wonky walls, the little alleyways and steps, it really suits your style. And I think that's what the locals love about it, isn't it? And, I don't know how you get to choose the building, because like you say, we're surrounded by so many. I mean, your Stamford and Rutland print is one of my personal favourites, I have to say. How did you choose your favourite drawings and buildings on there?
For the maps?
Yes, the maps.
Yeah, so I've grown up around here, so especially the Rutland map. I was born in Greetham and grew up there until I was 6 or 7, and then we just moved to Carlby. So Rutland's always been sort of my home, and I've grown up knowing the stories. And I went to Rutland Museum and did some research about some of the sort of like the Rutland dinosaur and some of the other sort of more historical things. And I wanted to get as much of the history because it is such a diverse county. Although it's so tiny, the history is amazing. Yeah. And I think people who live in Rutland also recognise a lot of the bits as well, because people are so invested in their county. And then the Stamford map, I mean, it's so easy. You just walk around and, oh, I like that house, I like that building, I like that building. You almost, there's too many. I had to really be selective. But in the end, it was independent shops. I tried to get as many independent shops as they could on the map. Churches, obviously a big feature of Stamford, just because of the quantity of them. And then just the, like the George Hotel, anything that was iconic, Walker's bookstore, Sinclair's, any of the more iconic older shops as well, I tried to get on. And yeah, hopefully, thank you for saying that you like it. I think hopefully it sort of evokes the personality and quirkiness of Stamford nicely.
Yeah. I think so, and that's what people love about it. But I think also, like I say, that the independent vibe, and I've touched on it with some of my other interviews the last couple of weeks. So the independent vibe is running right through this area so much, and everyone's very passionate about it. And it being local is really key to it. But also, like you say, you touched on your homewares there. It's all produced in Great Britain, isn't it? I think, your chopping boards, for example, are they made in Rutland, Katie?
Yeah, so all our melamine, which is our chopping boards and placemats and coasters, are made in Rutland. All our paper, so all our packaging, cards, notebooks, sketchbooks are made just the other side of Oundle. Mugs are Stoke-on-Trent, which is not really that far away. And all our textiles are made in Derby. So yeah, I mean, really as local as we can. Yeah, I mean, it's really important for us to support British manufacturing. It was a conscious decision when we started doing the homewares, and I love it. And the quality is so nice. And I've got such a lovely relationship with all our manufacturers. I go into the Ketton to where our melamine's made, and I'll have a chat with them, and we'll go through designs. And it's just much more of a personable relationship between me and the manufacturer, which means that the products, I think, are, just have that little bit of an edge, I hope, anyway.
Well, they certainly have. And I think, that is such an important part, and, to people's choice, isn't it, in their selection now. And I think that's, I'm really pleased to hear that, you haven't gone over to try and produce those. And I hope you can continue as you grow. I'm sure it's a numbers game with production, and I really hope you can continue with that kind of local vibe, which is so lovely and part of your background and your story. But so you've done your homewares range. What's next? Would you be going into kind of bedding or nightwear? Because we love all your prints. I think you've got so much. What's next for you, Katie?
It's more of a case of reining me in sometimes. I've got so many, I know, I've got so many ideas, and I want to do this and this and this and this. I've just started work on a new range of gin products. So we're going to be doing more gin chopping boards. The gin chopping boards are always our bestseller. Rupert's got a lot to say on this. Gin products. We're going to be using more gin chopping boards, maybe another gin tea towel, some more gin inspired things. We're going to be pairing up with another Rutland company, Multum Gin Parvo. So they make Rutland gin inspired by the sort of flavours in Rutland. So we're doing a bit of collaboration with them. There's some clothing on the cards as well, some t-shirts and sweatshirts. I'm just about to bring out another workshop. So I've done the Draw Your House workshop, and
I was going to touch on that, because everybody has had to adapt their business, and you've done your online drawing work, which I've done with my daughter Tabitha, and by no means am I an illustrator, but it was really relaxing. What I think is really great also, Katie, is your Facebook group that you've set up as well for that. So the drawing part is very inspirational for people, and they're finding a lot of peace out of drawing. So you've adapted your business right now by taking your workshops online, which I think is wonderful. But how have you found that yourself?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing the workshops, but I always found them, it's quite a lot of pressure. You've got 10, 12 people sitting in front of you in the studio, and you've got to, it's now that never, it's quite a lot of pressure. But I found with doing the online workshops, we filmed it over a couple of days. It was quite relaxed. We actually filmed it just before lockdown, which was quite handy. And I just really wasn't sure how it was going to go down, because when I'm sitting with people in the studio, it's a lot easier to sort of guide them, and if they've got any problems or if they've stuck on something, obviously I'm there. But people have done amazingly. I think the work, every single person that's downloaded the workshop, I've had a lot of people email me saying, I don't know whether to do it. I've never drawn before. I'm really nervous. And I've said to each of them, just go for it, because I think you will get something out of it. And they really have. And I've had so many amazing emails back from people, and they've shared it with their families, and they've done it together. And as you said, we've set up a Facebook group, and people are posting the results, and they really are absolutely stunning.
Well, I've drawn my house. Looking at it now, I need new windows, a new roof, and some scaffolding, I think. But anyway, I did enjoy it. And
you can make those.
Say again.
If you're drawing it, you can draw in the changes. You can draw in new windows. You can plan whatever you want. It's a lot cheaper.
Oh, that's true. Further afield, Katie, one of my all-time favourite buildings and destinations is actually Liverpool of London, and I know you've got some quite exciting news that from there, haven't you? Share with everybody about that.
Yeah, so they put out a competition a few months ago. Submit your illustrations of the Liberty Building, and I did mine. It was a few years ago now, and we've always sold it as a print in the car. But anyway, I just submitted it, and yeah, we were picked as one of the illustrators that they chose. And they've just brought out a coffee table book with all their favourite illustrations of the building in, and yeah, we're featured in it. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, once it comes through the door, I'll be sharing it on the
well done. I feel very proud for you, because I say it's an amazing building. It really suits your style of drawing. So well done for doing that. That's really fantastic.
You. Yeah.
You're also aligned with another of my favourite local brands. You work alongside Joules, don't you, as a friend of Joules? How does that work?
Yeah, so they approached me at Burley a couple of years ago, and it's taken a little while to get off the ground, but yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So their customers place orders with our products, and we ship them out from our studio. Surprise, surprise, the dog products are the most popular. But we're about to launch today, actually, all our new colouring books on there, and we've got a new range of cards that we're launching today on there. So yeah, I mean, they're really lovely. It's a lovely brand, and obviously they're only in market Harborough, so it's pretty local as well. Yeah, and it's nice to be sort of affiliated with such a successful and well-meaning brand. I think the way they've dealt with the corona cases, and Johnny Bowden's been doing live Instagrams, and yeah, they're a lovely brand, and it's nice to be affiliated with them.
Well done there. I don't know what's going to be next for you. It's, we love what you do. We love all your different quirky designs. I love seeing the new products and designs that you have putting out there. So I shall be watching you on social media. The colouring books, are they for adults and children, Katie, your new colouring books?
Yes, we've got one for children, which is more of an activity colouring book. So it's got all sorts in it, from design a cake to design a horse arena, colouring. Yeah, it's really cool. Agnes, you've liked it, haven't you? She nodded. And then the adults one is more of a colouring book, but it's only nice things. So I thought of all the nicest things I could think of, from cottage gardens to cocktails, and yeah, it's gone down amazingly. They've been flying out the studio this week.
Well done. I think it's fantastic what you've been doing. Finally, before I let you go, look after the children, just tell me what you love most about living around here, Katie, because I say you're certainly inspired by Rutland and Stamford and Oundle and all these lovely market towns, but what do you love most about living around here?
I think you always love the place that you grow up in, and I did grow up around here. But I think Rutland is, you can go on a different walk every day, and each walk can be completely different. We found an amazing walk last weekend that we've never done before. The architecture is, I mean, the houses are just stunning. Every time I go out, I'm like, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. It's a nightmare.
Imagine doing my job then.
I know, I do. Yeah, I don't know how you do it. I'd be too envious all the time. Yeah, I think the people are friendly. I think there's so many places to explore, and so much you can do outside. And as a family of young children, I think being outside is incredibly important, especially as this one grows up. I think, being a rumbustrous boy, I think yeah, I think being just be able to walk out of our front door and find some new walks, and just yeah, it's just such a lovely looking and lovely feeling county.
And what's the one thing you're desperate to look forward to, or the one place you want to go as soon as we're all, allowed back out there again? Where's the one place you're desperate to get to?
I think we'll need to go and see our family. I think a lot of people, but we're very, very fond of our local pub, and we miss it a lot. It's our usual. Sorry, God. It's our usual Friday night spot, isn't it, our pub? And we miss it, and we would like to go back. So we're very much looking forward to the boot opening, aren't we, Agnes?
Well, Katie, thank you so much for your time today. You've definitely got your arms full there. Thank you very much. So we'll look out for your new designs, and we wish you and your family, and of course all your customers, all the very best of health. Thank you once more. Amazing. And we'll speak soon.
Thank you so much, Lottie. Take care.
Bye.
Say bye, Agnes.